Hello, Paul, and everybody else at Fungi Perfecti. My name is Shannon Brown, and I got some super cool stuff to tell you, and it's way too much for an email, so I decided to make a video. This video probably won't be perfect, but I just thought I'd get it done. Okay, you don't know me, but I've come up with some pretty amazing technology this summer, and I wanted to tell you about it, and I'm doing some tests. We have a mutual friend, her name's Geeta, at NIS Labs there in Klamath Falls, and I've done a lot of work with her, and then I was mentioning this product, and she's like, "Oh, I know Paul, I know Fungi Perfecti." So I'm getting ready to do a study with her, and my real goal is to do that study to impress you. And then it dawned on me today when I was on the phone with her. I'm like, after Paul hears about this, or whoever else at Fungi Perfecti, you're gonna have your own spin on it. So I thought, well, wait a minute, maybe I should just introduce myself first. In other words, I was going to get the study done, get all this done, finish the patent, and then present it. So I'm doing it a little early, but maybe we could do it together because, as you know, with science, you can't hide stuff. You get somebody like Geeta to prove what you can do, and can't fake it. So let me tell you what I've done. I have figured out this blows my mind. I'll tell you the backstory of how I figured it out, why I figured it out. I've been kind of under stress and under load all summer. But I figured out how to literally electrically charge mushrooms. And mushrooms can hold electrons like a battery. I can turn a mushroom into one of the strongest antioxidants on the planet. In fact, even stronger than vitamin C in some cases. Depends on how you want to say that. There's other benefits to vitamin C, but you get the idea. But what does that even mean? So, I don't know who's watching this video, so let me give you a little bit of a background, right? Paul, you see the world through mushroom goggles, right? I see the world through different goggles. So let me tell you my goggles. This is going to take like 30 seconds, so nobody go to sleep on me, all right? This is like a chemistry thing, but it's so simple. So stay with me. Here we go. Let's go with the simplest element on the planet. It's hydrogen, okay? So number one on the periodic table. So let's call it a hydrogen atom, looks like that. In the middle is a proton, and on the outside is an electron going in circles. So, and that's why elements are on the periodic table. So helium is number 2, right? 2 protons, 2 electrons, and then you're on down the line, right? And that's why they even knew that certain elements would be on the periodic table before they were discovered. They even named them before they were discovered because they have to be there. So, anyway, so it's a balance of protons and electrons, and that balance can get off, which is what the basis of this. For the longest time, I've looked at the world through, acidity and alkalinity and high oxygen and low oxygen. I don't really look at it that way anymore. I look at it through two things. So if you have that proton and the electron. So for the sake of having a space in our brain for this, everybody has a space in their brain for Superman. It was pretty funny the other day. I told my wife, you got to go buy me some action figures. So everybody knows Superman, right? Superman, you can get anything done. You got energy, bullets bounce off your chest. You got that jawline, right? Everybody understands Superman. You feel good with Superman. You live forever. The other side, so he's the electron flying around the outside, right? He never stops, always going around. The other side, the guy in the middle, most people don't know this, but with the old comic books, they had a guy and his name was Bizarro, and he was the exact opposite of Superman. Not that I read any comics, but they probably fought a lot, right? So this would be the proton, okay? So the proton is the bad guy. Bizarro is why we age. Bizarro is what makes our DNA replicate not as well, right? We see that as the aging process, but as we get older faster. It's Bizarro's fault. I was working with phosphoric acid in the lab the other day and touched my face, right? Bizarro got me, right? There's more Bizarros in something caustic like phosphoric acid. Where does it go? Oh, these white stripes, right? Oh, natural aging. That's not natural. That's Bizarro. Bizarro's doing it. It's the millivolts. It's the literal oxidation process. So the words you'll hear all the time in this category is reactive oxygen species. That's an oxygen that's lost some electrons and it's out of balance, right? It has too many Bizarros, or you could look at it as not enough Supermen. And it will go find Supermen to fill it. So a reactive oxygen species grabs electrons from other things, right? It's called oxidative stress. So Bizarro is an oxidant, Superman, antioxidant. That's what matters. I genuinely believe that by taking mushrooms, right, what I did was I de-Bizarroed them, right? I took all the Bizarros out. I deprotonated them, would be the technical term. I figured out how to get the protons out. And I charged them to the max with Superman, electrons, right? And the thing is that now when you consume them, it's going to completely change the mushroom. It's going to change what it does and how it acts and performs. One thing I can guarantee, this is in the bag, I can guarantee that when Gita does her study, so I was talking to her about the study this morning, part of the study, the simplest part that I know I can prove, is that I can change it from when you're talking about cellular stress, right, on a cellular level. That's going to go through the roof. So I'm going to take, so what I first used was turkey tail mushrooms, and I can take it from, they may be a natural antioxidant, but it's weak compared to what I'm talking about, because I took it over here, right? It's way over there. So that part I guarantee, okay? I'm also going to have Gita run, I've decided on not just turkey tail, but 7 mushrooms. I call them the common ones. They've all been studied for cancer. Let's see if I can name them. Maitake, shiitake, reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, turkey tail, and I think I forgot one. Yeah, I think I forgot one. Anyway, kind of common mushrooms. And those have all been studied for cancer, and they've all had varying success rates of one form or the other. But I do genuinely believe, well, she's going to start growing out. She has some leukemia cells. It takes her about a month to grow them out. She's going to test all of these mushrooms. So in other words, we're going to take mushrooms from the start, and then I'm going to do my thing to them, and then she's going to take those and see if there's a difference, right? Might get it, might not. There's a lot of other tests. For example, with lion's mane, what about BDNF? What if it changes that? Her suggestion was a few tests for the immune response, right? Or you can have, angiogenesis or lack of angiogenesis. They may work better at tumor reduction. Whatever. I don't know. But the fact is that they are way, way, way more active and have more energy, and it's going to change everything. So here's what I realized. This morning I was talking to Gita, and I'm like, look, the reason I'm spending all this money and I'm doing this is because I want to go to Paul. Paul seems like a great guy. I'd love to be his friend. I'd love to do business with Fungi Perfecti. I really don't want to start a mushroom business, but I would. So if whatever these results come back from Gita, like I've got something that nobody else has, which is super cool. I've already written 2 patents this year. I'm going to finish that one. So that's all coming down. Here we are at the very 1st of December, and it's going to take time like anything else. I mean, it takes her a month to grow them out and then a month to do the tests, probably somewhere around the end of January. But it dawned on me this morning, I should make this video, I should introduce myself, and that way you can, you'll know that these tests are coming. In other words, we can all go down this road together, because I sure can't fake it, right? I'm putting it in Gita's lap to go do her tests. And so why not find out what else you might want to test, because you're going to have a bajillion tests that you want to do. I have a budget, I can't spend a ton of money, but I still got to do it. And then my goal, just so you know, like I say, I would love to license this idea. Think about it. If it works, first off, you're in the mushroom business, and now you have mushrooms that do things that nobody else, if we go global with the patent, depending on what comes out of these tests or whatever test we do, you have something nobody else could ever do. Let's just say the turkey-tailed mushrooms do work better for cancer. From what I've read, turkey-tailed mushrooms are legal cancer preventative or use in Japan. All of those studies might want to get redone, right? People get paid to do studies. Would you rather use turkey-tailed mushrooms or super turkey mushrooms, right? You want to use the super ones. And if Fungi Perfecti is interested, you're the only ones in the world that will have it. That's awesome. And like I say, you guys seem like a bunch of cool people, and I'd love to do business. But anyway, before all that, that's the reason I'm making this video, is because all of these tests are coming up, and we might as well go down this path hand in hand if you're interested. Let's see here. Yeah, that's about it. So once again, Gita is coming up with this proposal, and that shouldn't take her that long. If you're interested, I'll leave my name and email and all that kind of stuff in my contact. I would just love to talk to you guys. I'd love to get going. I don't think I forgot anything as soon as I quit. I think I will. But anyway, call me, email me, whatever. If you're interested, not interested, or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Let's change the world. We'll talk to you soon.